All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Self-Achievement Network. My name is Dominic, and I am here with our next team behind the passion. This is going to be the first time we've done a team behind the passion. It's normally the person behind the passion, Christina Irving and her John Greene team. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hi.
Are you guys here all nervous? You're sitting there looking like so serious. We don't do serious here, okay? What do we do?
Fun.
Fun. Exactly. So we're going to have some fun, and we're going to let you guys introduce yourself. So first of all, Christina, where are you?
Right here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I see a bunch of small little faces in there. So thank you for joining us today. And you guys are a real estate team, as far as I understand, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so what do you do as a real estate team? I mean, what's like the short version of it? What do you do?
Well, create dreams.
You make dreams come true, right?
Yeah.
So you're in the real estate business.
We are in the real estate business. I do most of our listings. They handle all of our buys, and they do a killer job of it, might I add.
A killer job. Okay, so who do we have there?
Over to your far right, I think, is Mary.
Hello.
She's our transaction coordinator, so she makes all the magic happen that's not out in the field.
Okay.
Yes. I'm Mary. Hello.
I'm Jeff. I'm actually one of the buyer's agents on the Irvine Group team.
He's the first one.
I was actually, yes, the first one ever.
Okay. Outstanding. Great. Okay, next.
I'm Leah. I actually just got my real estate license yesterday. So I'm a new agent.
Hey, good for you.
Super exciting. So.
Leah actually started as my assistant, and then she decided we were having too much fun. And so now she's officially licensed, which is super exciting. So Leah actually had Mary's role.
All right. Very cool.
I'm Maddie Wondrosik. I'm the second buyer's agent for Christina Irvine's team.
Okay, great.
I'm Jessica Sutphin, and I am the third buyer's agent for the team.
It's all buyer's agents over there.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. Who's the one that does all the social media?
Well, I was doing that for a while, but now it's going to be
Now
Mary.
it's me.
Now it's you. So, okay, so what are some of the things that you guys like to do as a team besides sell houses?
We like to hold events for customers and clients.
Yeah.
Client appreciation.
Hang out, just have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You'll enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, so what is your typical day like? You wake up, come to the office, or no?
It ranges. It depends. Every day is different. That's why I love this job.
For me, I come into the office every day and kind of do the daily work and the transaction coordination. So it's a lot of phone calls with attorneys and lenders and talking to these guys and seeing what they need for the transactions.
She's the magic that moves our transactions forward, right?
Yes.
Like they're, from a perspective of people who think they can do it themselves, what Mary does is the largest part of what we offer that they can't do themselves. And that really gets them to the closing table on time, which is super exciting. So she's kind of underplaying the magic that she does.
Yes.
And then these guys, their day is so different every day. It's really just based on the needs of a client. And so we have so much coming at us every single day that like our day can get derailed so dang quickly. And so I would say the most important part of their day and what they've mastered, which is what makes them so successful so quickly, is their morning habits and preparing the night before and making sure that they are fully aware of everything that needs to happen in that day so that as things are coming in, we're able to serve them as they're coming in, direct them to where they need to go, make sure the problems are getting solved, but then still, of course, accomplish what we need to for the people that we're interacting with that day.
Mm-hmm. So what is the funnest part of your job? I mean, you've probably got goals and things like that, but what are some of the things that you guys like when you walk in the office? You're like, we did it! You high five each other. What's all that?
My favorite part is executing contracts because that means that they got something under contract, and that's very exciting. And I love to do that for them because it's kind of rewarding to see them do well.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
My favorite part is probably just meeting new people. So like obviously I like hanging around the team, but just meeting new people all the time, getting to know different people from different walks of life, and it's a lot of fun. So that's my favorite part.
Mm-hmm. And what about the commissions and the paychecks? Is that fun too?
Well, yeah, of course, but
That's always a good incentive, but one of the best parts I would say is definitely at the closing table, seeing our clients' reactions and their expressions after the closing when they actually become a homeowner. It's a very, very, it definitely pays off with us after the end of that.
Yeah, a lot of tears sometimes, huh?
Yes.
It's really amazing though. I mean, seriously, I mean, because I bought a couple of houses in my life, and I've had tears on both sides of the fence, like buying a house and selling a house. The last one I just sold by owner. Sorry.
It was in Indiana anyway.
Well, congrats to you. We do some confetti poppers. Did you have a confetti popper?
We really like trying to make sure that we create something different for our clients. I think one of the things as a brand new, one of my things that really bugged me as a brand new agent, my very first closing was actually my mom, which made me even want it to be more fun, right? And it definitely impacted who I became as a realtor after that, because when you have someone that close to you and you're kind of disappointed by what it is, you're like, oh, like I don't want it to ever feel like that. And it was just very anticlimactic. You go and you do this very official walkthrough and make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. And then you go to this closing where everybody's way more stuffy. Like we're all pretty, I'm sure you can tell, we're pretty chill, we're pretty laid back, and we're really comfortable being that way. Those are our people too. And so we don't worry about like trying to come off stuffy and so professional. We're really good at our job, and I think people figure that out, and clearly they do because they've chosen this over and over again. But what I hated was that closing was so stuffy and anticlimactic. You signed a bunch of paper, they barely say congratulations to you. They hand you keys and you leave, and that's it. And you're like, I just did one of the biggest things I'm ever going to do in my life. It's one of the things you dream about from the time you're a kid. Nothing exciting happens. And I was just really kind of surprised by it. That's not what I expected. And so me, being who I am, went to the extreme opposite end and was like, okay, where's my glitter and my confetti? And so we created these really fun confetti poppers. That's another thing that Mary does behind the scenes. She gets our closing gifts ready and makes sure that we have our confetti popper. And we get to the closing, and after they've done their walkthrough, they have no idea what's coming next, but we're about to go stand outside your house and make a mess is what we're about to do. And it is so, like, they love it. It's so fun, and it's the smallest thing in the world. It doesn't change what they pay for a house. That's a different part of our process, right? It doesn't change the, there's so many other things we do to protect them and to try to make sure they don't overpay and make sure they're getting a home that really fits their needs. And all of that is still important. But in that moment right there, we just wanted it to be really exciting, and they love it. They super love it.
Yeah. It's kind of like in the car business where they have the reveal. Ever hear about that? You know about that? The reveal?
I haven't heard that one. I've seen the bows, but that's about it.
So there's bows. Okay. Then some of them, like I used to do some contract work for consulting work for BMW, and they have this, not all, but some of the dealerships have this big cloth that goes over the car. So when someone actually purchases, they take the car in the back and they shine it all up and everything, and then they pull it into an area, they cover it up, and then they bring the people in, and there's cameras and the whole bit, and then they do the reveal. They pull this big cloth off of the car, and the people are just like, wow, my new car. I guess you can't do that with a house. That'd be a little tough.
Yeah. It would take a lot, for sure. Don't challenge me.
There you go. So whoever comes up with a reveal is the big winner for the month. Very good. So what are some of your goals?
For like the year or just any type of
Okay, let's talk about the year. I mean, right now I understand that real estate is really hot. So, everybody's like hustling. You got to get a bigger shovel because there's lots of opportunity out there, right?
Right.
So goals. I mean, how do you measure what you're doing? But I mean, like per house, per commission, per total sale, per all this stuff.
So I'll be really honest with you. The reason they're all confused right now is because we really don't focus that much on that. It's not that they don't have goals. They do. We talk about like how many transactions we hope to close at the end of the year, but we touch on it very briefly and very infrequently on purpose. We stay more unfocused with the number of people that we have in our pipeline, meaning the number of people that we're serving every day. And in turn, how are we helping them reach their goals? And so that's why they're all really confused right now. Like I will tell you, there's two things I really am proud of with this group of people. And one of them is how much they're focused on actually serving our clients. And I know it sounds really cheesy and cliche, but they don't, I mean, if you notice, none of them brought up the commission because they don't think about it. It's an afterthought. After we've closed the transaction, now we're like, okay, what's our commission? And then we start to worry about our own finances. But what we've learned and what we've practiced really, really well is knowing that if we just serve as many people as we can, as well as we can, we're going to make plenty of money and we don't need to worry about that.
Agreed.
And then the other thing that I'm super proud of in this group is how much they love each other. I was out with COVID right after Easter and I had to sit from home and they all watched the sales meeting together in our lounge, in our office. And I will tell you, I got 3 phone calls from admin staff and leadership in the brokerage that called me to tell me how amazed they were by how excited they were to just be together. And they're a little nerdy like me, but that's okay. We like them anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's a much different dynamic being able to be together and work because I mean, it's this whole COVID thing has been crazy. So that's great. So who does, like, for example, when you put a house up for sale, when you get a listing, who is the one that makes sure that all the like the furniture is in place and all that stuff?
That's me.
That's you. Okay. So you're the one, like, you came to my house and you showed me some little tricks of the trade. And that really was magical for me. It really helped me out a lot to sell my house. So, okay. So what else?
How about why did you guys get into real estate? That might be fun. And then how did you guys get into real estate? I think everybody's got a really fun story. What?
Why did you get into real estate?
Yeah.
I'll go. I got into real estate. I've always loved homes and interiors, and that drew me to real estate, as well as the fact of being able to control your own business, and then also just being on the team. I've really enjoyed working with everyone. I knew Christina from a previous role at another position, and then when I knew she was creating a team, I definitely wanted to be on that team with her.
Awesome. So interiors, I mean, that's a whole wild thing. I mean, it's so addicting to look at furniture online and dream about what it looks like in my, in my basement or in my rec room or something like that. So interiors are fun. I don't do colors though.
Very neutral. Well, I got into real estate just because I've always wanted to, have my own business and be an entrepreneur and just do things like that. But also helping people is like, ever since I was a kid, I've always just wanted to help and, be bigger than I am and, help so many people. So this is the best of both worlds. So that's kind of why I did that. And I'm loving it so far. I actually got on the team because I interviewed for Leah's position as an assistant because I lost my last job. I was babysitting and it didn't go very well with the family. So I interviewed and, it went great. And Christina offered me a position to be an agent on the team full time. And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. So that's how I got here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And serving people is like the highest honor. I totally understand. Yeah. It is. And the money follows. So, I mean, it was a great answer to, kind of a confrontive question. Very good. Okay. Who else? Why did you get into real estate?
I chose real estate as well because I love helping others. That's a huge thing that I've always loved to do. So kind of like what Maddie said, just being there when someone, buys a home is one of the biggest experiences and journeys you can kind of be with on them. So I think that's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. And then I actually met Christina. I was at a previous job and I met a lady and she actually knew Christina and referred me to Christina. So it's all about who you know, networking, It was pretty amazing. But this team's absolutely amazing and I couldn't have asked for a better career and job.
Mm-hmm. Christina is kind of amazing.
She is.
Just a little.
That's awkward.
He was my person behind the passion. I don't know. What was it? 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was before I just started the first time.
Yeah.
I think it was, you reached out more so because I think my video was a little on the inspirational side and you liked it. And so then we did the first one. Yeah.
Well, that's really what it's. I mean, I think that when I first met you, Christina, I mean, you've got something. There's something that you carry around with you. It's like this it's an energy and it's a clarity about why we're all here, and to serve people and to share that message with a team consistently, I think is really what's really necessary. I mean, we're all here on this planet. I watch the news and I see all this insanity going on, and then here are us normal people out there in the world doing good work for people that deserve to have a great life too, and to help them out.
We challenge you on that. We're not the normal ones.
Yeah. I mean, I've said this from the beginning, you want to be part of the network, you keep this connected to this and everything works out fine.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, it sounds like, that message is getting out there. So good for you guys. Okay. So who else? Why'd you get into real estate?
I actually got into real estate. I actually had two friends previously that told me I would do really well in real estate because I'm a very people person, and just decided to jump into it and just love meeting new people every day. Again, like they've been saying before, every day is different. And just being able to work as hard as you can, the more work and effort you put into the job, it's more rewarding after the end of it. So it's definitely a good positive way.
Yeah.
And I definitely love our team. I met Christina actually about 5 years ago.
10 years ago. We
10
worked
years
at
ago,
Chili's
geez, yeah.
together.
We were actually coworkers at Chili's, and she was looking for a realtor back in December of last year. And I just decided to jump in, message her, and 5 months later, we grew into this massive team, and it's just been incredible.
Chili's. We all have sorted backgrounds, I'm sure. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, man. Okay.
I kind of got into real estate by chance. I was a 2020 college graduate, so kind of graduated into a crazy job situation. So I was actually helping people get vaccine appointments, and a lady that I had helped was like, hey, I help people get jobs. So she actually connected me with Christina, and that's how I met Christina, and kind of been perfect ever since.
Everything just revolves around Christina.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I made the mess.
That's right. You created the whole mess. Okay, one last question for all of you, quickly. So let's just pretend, right? Let's pretend that this is live on Facebook, right? And let's just pretend that every single person on the planet is watching us right now. So we've got the undivided attention of humanity.
Okay. Are they in their underwear?
Right? So now, before you were a little nervous, now you're like, whoa. Okay, but seriously, with everything going on, with the knowledge that you have, with the wisdom that you have, what message would you like to impart to humanity?
The world.
To the world.
Like each person, or like our whole team?
To the entire world. Like whatever.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I would say, I always learned this from my dad, that you could do whatever you put your mind to. So if there's anything that you want to do in this world, you could do it. All you got to do is think it and, just have the willpower to do it. And, that's it. He's told me that ever since I was a kid. And I feel like that's why I've been so successful so young, is because I'm always just, I think I could do that. And then I go and do it and, just see what happens. If I don't like it, then try something new. So there's so many possibilities in this world.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Totally. All right, great. Perfect. Who's next? What do you want to say?
I would definitely say just hard work and persistence definitely pays off. Even if you have like the worst day ever and you think you're going down and down and you're just getting the worst of it, you just keep pushing forward and everything works out at the end, really.
Okay, awesome.
I would say the same. Never give up, no matter how many obstacles you face through life. Just keep pushing, like Jeff said, and never give up. Give it your all.
Yeah, I kind of say something similar. Just push yourself and work for greatness,
Awesome. Love it.
I think just to make sure staying you're driven on your goals, and then knowing we're here to help serve people, and it all will work out in the end for them as long as you stay positive and you're there with them the entire way.
Okay.
Choosing your focus and knowing that in anything that's worthwhile, you're going to get the biggest part of people's emotion. So for example, they're moving and they're making a huge purchase or sale, sometimes multiple transactions at the same time, and then their life is still happening at the same time. So the reality is, I think all people, I don't think there's a single person in the world that's obsolete from having just a little bit of crazy inside of us. And I think when we're put under pressure is when that's exposed, right? And the amount of pressure that people experience in what we do brings out a little bit more of that side of them, like their challenges, their weakness, their fears, their anxiety, all of that is what we get from them as long as they're being open with us. And we prefer that they are, because that's how we can help the most. And so when you really get that all of that's normal and nothing's that big of a deal and that we're always going to find a solution, it's all going to be okay. Okay may not look like what we thought in the beginning, but we 100% are going to make sure that you somehow achieve your goal by the end of it. And keeping that to be the focus in every single thing you do, whether it's, selling real estate in our case, or I don't know, whatever people do that's important to them, like knowing that if that's your focus and you don't allow anything to be a big deal or to derail you from the end goal, that you're going to get where you're going pretty quickly. And it's happened pretty quickly for me. And I know 100% it's been just having that focus even on the hard days.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. It's so true. I mean, I think that in the bigger picture, what people are really looking for is someone that they can trust, someone that they can depend on, somebody that's going to take their best interest in mind and give them the best deal. Again, it's like, keep this connected to this when you're working with people, and it's great. And I see that you guys have that in your team. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so come back soon, okay?
We will.
Sounds good. Thanks for having us.
Thank
You're welcome. Make sure you join the group, and and then share the video out. It's going to be on YouTube also, so I'll make sure that you have the links.
Sounds good.
Thank you.